to Hertha here with Hertha Berlin on Football Manager 2020 with me, Foggy Plays. Today we're taking on Bochum in the Pokal third round. I came back for this match specifically because their manager decided to shit talk me. So I shit talked back, and now we're going to go play them and absolutely destroy them. And we have transfers to go through as well. But before we do that, we're going to have a look at the matches that we've played since we were here last. We went and beat Augsburg 2-0. You probably have to see who we're playing in the Champions League. If you haven't, you're probably going to go back and look at it. But we beat Augsburg in the league. Vinicius Jr. and Garcia both scoring. De Ligt picked up an injury in that game. Arne Meyer picked up a small injury. Wasn't terrible, but you know, all's well. He's back, so that's fine. Leipzig beat them 4-0. Cutrone was on fire. They say Will Grigg's on fire? No. Cutrone, 4 goals. Bish bash bosh. Get in. 1 penalty. Oh, have it. We did play Marcos Antonio for that game as well. We did rotate a small bit because of injuries, mostly, but we still rotated a little bit. We went and beat Basel in a friendly, which nobody cares about. We then went and scraped a victory against Cologne, 1-0. Eduardo Luiz, 94th minute. I was terrified that we were going to draw this game, but we didn't. Actually, in this game, David Chalas made his debut, and then in this game played his second game. Wasn't as good, which was disappointing, but Eduardo Luiz scored the goal. Josip picked up a bit of a knock, which was less than ideal because Alexander Michael was already out injured. Then we played Bayer Leverkusen 3-0. Cutrone, Vinicius Jr. and Diravaldo Fonseca all got on the score sheet. As you can see, Josip was in for this game as well because he was back from his injury. Then against Schalke we got beaten 1-0. They got us on the break. It was a terrible game. I don't think either team deserved to win, but these things happen. And then we went and beat Borussia Dortmund 2-0. Gracier and Garvidal both scoring within 4 minutes of each other, which was fantastic, delightful. Oh, so very happy I was until Arne Meyer picked up an injury. That was less than ideal. But you can see there's a player here you haven't seen before, Leandro Jerez. He was one of the guys that we agreed to bring in a long time ago. We are bringing in a whole host of youth players in the next couple of years. Is there anyone leaving? No. But we have this guy, Ilya Bornos, who is coming from Sputnik in Belarus. Indeed, Belarus. 17-year-old, he is going to be arriving on the 1st of January 2028. I heard told you about Qatari, I think. He's coming from River, he's a centre back. 5 million we're paying for him, possibly. Abel Ahmed from Zamalek is going to be arriving in January 2028 as well. Batata is a deep lying playmaker. I think he's a DM. We're paying 14 million for this guy. I think it's worth it. He's 16 years old. He's not going to be arriving for another 2 years. Actually no, just under a year. I think he's going to be quite good. I think I already know about Ahmed. He's a Malaysian. A 16-year-old Malaysian player is not that important. And we're signing Franklin for 5 million. Franklin looks an absolute monster of a striker. I think this guy's 15 years old. He's worth 11k. We're paying 5 million for him. He can play for France as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, he can. I'm trying to get him to join the French national team. It's not worked out so far. But this guy has 2 years to prove himself in Brazil before he arrives with us. And I think he is going to be amazing. I have every faith in him that he is going to be the best striker in the world in the next 5 years. But what we've brought in, we have Leandro Jerez, who has come from Chile, from Palestino. Looks quite the tasty centre back. So he's come in. He's already played. He's already after coming off the bench twice. Doesn't look terrible, which is ideal when you're signing players. You want them to look not terrible. Danny, who's come from Santos, is a centre back. This guy, he's 18 years old. 16 heading, 16 bravery, 15 marking, 15 tackling, 15 positioning, 15 strength, 15 determination, 15 anticipation. This guy, He hasn't played yet because he's away with the Brazil under-20s at the moment, playing in the Sub America under-20 tournament or something or other. We got him on a free. Got this guy for nothing. 6.75 million value currently at 18 years old. This guy, straight in. Then we signed Francis Piri, who is a Malawian central midfielder. The Asian Cup of Nations and the African Cup of Nations are both on. Oh, they were on. I don't know if they're still on. I think they're done. This guy's tournament ended anyway. He was the only young Malawian player that looked a good prospect. Every one of their players played in Malawi. So I decided to go and have a look at the team they were bringing with them. And I said, why not we bring him in and see what he can do? He is a Malawi only. So, you know, a bit of time in Germany might help the old attributes some bit. Don't expect to see him too often, or probably at all. But that's all the transfers we made. As you can see, they all came in on the 1st of January. And the players that have left, we sold Verbelski to Nuremberg for 2.5 million. Dabo ended up going to Southampton for 8.5. Penabi Fore, who I did sign years ago and expect him to do well, never quite worked. He's gone to West Ham for 2.5 million, what we paid for him. So I think we got money for loans for him. Yeah, we got about 700k in loan fees, so we made a little bit of money off him. And he's already played twice for West Ham in the Premier League, which is fantastic for him. He played 7 times off the bench for us. Then we sold Slim Salami, who was a young prospect goalkeeper who I don't think he was ever really going to get a chance. 1.7 million, can potentially rise to 3.4, I think it is, if it'll ever go back. 5 million, sorry. Martin Zak then went to Genk on loan because he's not getting any first team football with us. And then David Salas went to Bayern Munich. He played twice for us and had an assist, and then went to Bayern Munich for 1 million, potentially 3.5 million. And we have a buyback in his contract for 13 million or something, which doesn't expire for another 3 years if I'm not mistaken. So that's all the transfer business that we have done. Dortmund have lost some of their best players, which is fantastic and perfect by my reckoning. Again, this season we are playing Liverpool, obviously. Pretty much the standard as it is right now. Champions League, we always play Liverpool. So last year, played Liverpool in this round. The year before, played AC Milan, but I think it was the round after the quarterfinals. No, it was the semi-finals they knocked us out that year. We have history against Liverpool, so I'm hoping this year we can do better. As you can see, we are 3 points clear of Bayern Munich at the moment. Currently 4 points ahead of Borussia Dortmund. And as I said, Borussia Dortmund not had a great transfer window. They have sold some of their best players, but one of their best players in particular, Shojin, is gone, as has Lovro Mayer. I don't know why Mayer was playing regularly for them. They sold him to China. And Reece James has gone to Monaco. They then went and brought in Borja Jackson from Real Madrid for 27 million. And he played against us and he wasn't great. So I think they made a bit of a boo-boo signing him. He was on loan with them actually. Didn't know he was on loan with them last year. So he has previous with them. Anyway, all of that being said, this is how we're lining up for the game against Bochum today. Alexander Michael can only play 75 minutes, and I don't have a left back on the bench. That's probably not ideal. I'm going to drop Hertha for Josip. So for this game, we're going to start with Marcus Antonio and goal, not Bingham. Alec is going to is back from his injury finally, and Alexander Michael is going to play on the other wing back position. Delict and Garvin are going to start as our centre backs. Kasha as the DM. He has been fantastic this year. Sposley and Eduardo Luiz in central midfield, Gracier and Vinicius Jr. as the wide man, and Catrone up front. As you will be able to tell, Kyo George still hasn't left us. I don't think he will. I think we're stuck with him for the foreseeable future. Injury wise, Arne Meyer is out for another 4 weeks. possibly with a groin strain, which is not ideal, and Baramo is returning from injury within the next week, which would be ideal. Both our wing backs are not match sharp because they're both coming back from. They're both recovered from injuries, but they're not quite match sharp yet because they've only come back from in between the last game and this one. So, these things, they just need a little bit of time on the pitch and they'll be fine. Angban starts up front for Bochum, our player who we sold in the summer to them. So we are expecting him to want to score a couple of goals against us. We don't have any ex-Bochum players on our team because, let's face it, we're better than Bochum. We are great opportunity to get the media to be delighted with you, get them to back you up. I have faith in everyone. It's delightful. I'm gonna hit the play button. We're already 11 minutes into this. It's gonna be a long video. Gracier gets dispossessed but manages to get the ball back. Somehow manages to almost run it up but keeps it in. And the Bochum centre back, cool as a cucumber, kept a hold of it. Cutrone is in, but he looked offside, and he was indeed offside. To be fair, the tackle by Delict to get the ball off Angban, I think this is the first time we've seen Angban even play a game. I think this is the first time I've seen Angban play a game. Don't think I actually started him at any stage in his Hertha career. Vinicius Jr. gets the ball across, and Cutrone heads just over, which is less than ideal. Angban gets dispossessed by Alig. Eduardo Luiz, very deep for an attack or advanced playmaker, but we leave him off. Alig back to Eduardo Luiz, who out to Michael. He has indeed done that. That's exactly what we wanted. Gracier, how do you miss from that close? How do you miss from 6 yards out? The fact we're not winning is disappointing. Michael with the corner across. Cutrone is, he's moonwalking. Did you see that? How amazing is that man? He can literally slide across grass with football boots on. This man, and this time he's actually running. That's not what I looked like the first time. I think it was because we had a glitch and it just kind of stopped every motion, more or less. So we are only one up. We've had one clear cut, one half chance. I would have hoped we would have been 2 or 3-0 up at least at this stage. It's not quite worked out that way. We are going to say to Gracier and Vinicius Jr. that we are not happy with them, because to be fair, we're not. Alexander Michael needs to come off. Alexander Michael needs to come off at some point. I need to remember to do that, because if I don't, we might be losing our best left back to another injury, and that would be less than ideal, as you can imagine. When you lose your best player, quite a clearance by Alexander Michael, but we've got it back to their defence. Marcus Antonio, who I did offer out, I'm not going to lie. Nobody wanted him. Literally nobody wanted him. Delict, what was that Delict? Oh my god, he's supposed to be he's the experience at the back, and he just overruns this, just heavy second touch. Alright lads, bit of passion, come on. Delict's down to a 6.1 now after that. That was terrible, to be fair. We're going to bring on Alpha Junior for him because that was shocking. Properly shocking. I think we take Gracier off for Fonseca, and then the final substitution will be Alexander Michael coming off for Josip. Or do we chance it and let him play the rest of the game? Where he's the most tired player on the pitch. He is our best player on the pitch, but he is dying, so we do need to take him off. Not happy with the fact that we're still 1-1. Can't shout at the players. Let me shout at the players. They're playing terribly. Garvidal Eduardo Luiz, Lvly, Kasha, all the way out to Alig. On the volley, Catrone, Vinicius Jr. and both players get their shots blocked. Eduardo Luiz runs and picks it up, and then the highlight ends, but we have it again. Eduardo Luiz gets it forward, Fonseca doesn't get there. And now Bosham look very comfortable on the ball. I don't like it. Vinicius Jr. gets it past their keeper. Not a bother on him. We are going to shout, demand more at the players at our earliest opportunity. Alpha Jr. with the assist for this one. Somehow manages to win the ball. I think Angban went to chest it and turn, and he just like hit Alpha Jr., which worked out perfectly for us. We have, to be fair, been the dominant team. We've had 8 long shots, 8 off target. So coincidental? I don't think so. I think those numbers add up. Eduardo Luiz and Garvidal having a bit of a play there. Woo! Eduardo Luiz just managed to keep hold of it. Garvidal gets it out to Di Rivaldo Fonseca. I like his name, Di Rivaldo. Kasha, Vinicius Jr., Josip. Back heels it to Eduardo Luiz. Kasha gets it out to Josip. Eduardo Luiz. Kasha. Lvly puts it through. Catrone. How is Catrone offside? What? How? Vinicius Jr. was so far offside that even if he passed it to him, it would have been end of. Josip with the corner, just about cleared. Angban, the pass to Angban was a bit overhit, which is good for us, but he's managed to. What a save by Marcus Antonio! That first save deserved to not concede the goal in the end. Like, what a save. And then Kennedy just comes along, and somehow Marcus Antonio gets that one saved as well. I really don't want to play extra time. We're going to have to play extra time. I'm going to be aggressive. I am not happy. I don't really want to say, that you were terrible. Because, like, to be fair, he wasn't. He wasn't terrible. It was just circumstance screwed him over. Right, so I think we have another substitution available. I don't want to make it just yet, because I don't know if I want to take off Eduardo Luiz or Alig or Kasha. Kasha's dying as well. Come on, lads, bit of passion. We're top of the Bundesliga. Bochum are mid-table Bundesliga 2 team, and somehow they're holding us to a draw. Vinicius Jr. is through, and he's hit the post. Oh my god. What do we have to do to score a goal here? Alright, substitution o'clock. We are going to take off Alig for Horvath. Fonseca's having a fantastic game. Horvath to Fonseca. Gets dispossessed. Fonseca, I did consider loaning him out, and then I decided against it. I'm not so sure I should have kept him. Alpha Jr. two attempts, and Angban has managed to get a goal against us. This will not do. This will not do, lads. Push forward. We're not going to. If we get knocked up by Bochum after me shit talking, like their manager shit talked me, so I shit talked back. If we get knocked out by them, I'm going to be furious. We're going after losing to Bochum. Horvath to Catrone. Catrone dispossessed but keeps a hold of it. Fonseca. Vinicius Jr. Oh. Are we going to get a chance from the kickoff? Or is it going to go to penalties? And are we going to have to play the world's... This is going to be the world's longest video. Fonseca gets it across to Vinicius Jr. Back at the net. And we are into penalties. So we have 3 good penalty takers. After that then, they're all a bit meh. So we're going to let them choose themselves. I'm assuming Catrone is going to be first to step up. Fuchner. Marcus Antonio with the save. Cutrone does step up to take the first penalty for us. He's going to go down here, this corner. Thought I was going to put the keeper. I was hoping to put the keeper off. The keeper would go that way and then he'd slot it in. Oh, he's going to go over here. He's going to go over here. No, he didn't. Marcus Antonio says, no, not today. You are not getting the ball past me. Vinicius Jr., I'm assuming he's going to go for this corner. He does, and the keeper went the right way again, but actually got a hand to it this time. Jipa for Bosham steps up. Marcus Antonio, he is not letting anyone past him today. Lvly, come on. This is the worst penalty shootout ever. The keepers have been fantastic. The penalty takers have been shocking. Marcus Antonio concedes his first penalty. Garvidal steps up to take our fourth penalty now. He's put it in the back of the net. If Marcus Antonio saves this one, we're through. This is far more difficult than it needed to be. Oh, it's Angban. Is he going to get revenge against us for selling him to further his career? Angban? Marcus Antonio. He has to get man of the match. How does Marcus Antonio not get man of the match for saving all those penalties? I'm still, well, we got away with it today, but still, Vinicius Jr. We're haunted that he scored. Delict, terrible performance. Gracier, disappointed in you. Alexander Michael, you weren't at your best. It's not what I wanted to say, but it's fired him up. That's fine. I meant to say that we took him off because of his injury, but that's fine. It's all good. It's all good. Don't worry about it. It's all good in the hood. So, Danny is back in the not too distant future, actually, after the Frankfurt game. He might get an opportunity to play sooner rather than later, which I would love to see him actually playing a game of football, because we haven't seen that yet. Was that the ex-Chelsea Kennedy? It was not. The ex-Chelsea Kennedy managed to score a goal against us. That's how you know things aren't going well. Aren't as good as they think. But to be fair, we did play absolute trash against them. Vinicius Jr. comes up after having a subpar first half and does well in the second half, which is, arguably the most important time to play well. Next episode, we're going to come back for a quarterfinal in the Pokal. I guarantee we get Bayern Munich for this. I guarantee we get Bayern Munich or Wolfsburg. The two of them are doing quite well. Next episode, we are going to come back for. I think we do both legs of Liverpool because of how hit or miss we've been recently in the last couple of seasons against them. I think we come back for the home leg and then the away leg and see how we're after getting on. We're almost at the end of the league season as well, so we're pushing on game wise. I'm hoping that we just kind of pull away now and we just pretend that we're not, that we were never involved, it was never in doubt. But yeah, next episode will be the first leg of the Champions League, first knockout round against Liverpool, our arch rivals at this stage. I absolutely hate Liverpool, surely at this stage. No, we still don't have a rivalry against them. I would have imagined we would have, because of how many times we played them in the Champions League. But alas, it's not to be. Esposito is an icon that wanted to leave, but now he doesn't anymore, so people probably still love him. Interesting. Arne Meyer is finally a favourite personnel. Carlos Mina, Piatek, Del Rosen, they're all gone. Garvidal almost left, but to be fair, he didn't. So that's the most important thing. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Share with all of your friends, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.